I remember when I became a Christian, it wasn't long after that I went to Wildwood Hospital. I'd taken my wife there as a patient, got to know the people, nice folks. I was there 3 years learning about health ministry, which included a lot about lifestyle disease, preventive medicine, because most of these chronic diseases, osteoporosis, arthritis, obesity, all these things, most of them are lifestyle diseases, and the best medicine for a lifestyle disease is a lifestyle change. Learned about cause and effect reasoning. You got to find out what causes it if you're ever going to fix the problem. So one of the things I learned about was digestion, that your stomach needs to rest between your meals, right? So you eat breakfast, stomach goes to work. It's like a churn. Gets a certain temperature, a certain liquidity, has a certain chemical and mechanical digestion. And then the stomach, when it passes the food out to the small intestine, it rests. So it's not good to snack between meals. I learned that, and it made sense to me. I understood the physiology. I understood the biological mechanism. But you know, friends, I didn't understand balance.
I would love to garden just all day long. I love to be out in the garden. Nothing better than being in the garden. But what would happen if there were no one to cook the food or clean the house or all the other duties that need to be done, my jobs for the church?
Your husband would be hungry.
He would be hungry. The house would be very dirty. The bookkeeping for the church would not get done. Our bookkeeping would not get done. And many other things that need to be done would be left by the wayside also. So that's one area where I really have to force myself to be balanced, because I just want to be out here and I tend to want to ignore everything else. But we have to have balance in everything.
After 3 years at Wildwood, we were asked to go to Southeast Asia, to the Philippines, and start a health ministry. The first people that we met in the ministry that we had up in the mountains, no electricity, no running water, couldn't speak the language, had a translator. We'd go up. This was the first time I knew enough of the language to say, "Good morning, this is my wife Darlene. We're from Wildwood Hospital. We're here to do free health consultations. Would you like your blood pressure checked?" And they would invite us in. Went in the first time. Lady signaled for her son. He climbed up the coconut tree, threw down 3 coconuts. She went out, cut the tops out. You kind of drink the water, then you scrape out the coconut jelly. She handed us 3 of them. And as I looked at the coconuts, it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, there is food value in that coconut water, and I have learned not to snack between meals. And she extended that gift of hospitality. And basically she was saying, this is all I got. And I thought about that, the health laws. It's not good to eat between meals. And then I thought about her heart. And God gave me a care and concern for her heart that exceeded the care and concern I had for my belly. I was in Turkey one time with a Michael Smith, good friend of mine still. We were there talking about health ministry in Turkey. Michael and I got invited to a lady's house. She had no money. She's very poor. She made us up a good supper. And it was, I remember, like croissants, kind of a white bread, and feta cheese, and walnuts, and honey, and I think tomatoes. And it looked really good. But you know, we're kind of vegetarians. Some of the food she was serving we didn't eat. I looked at Michael, he looked at me, and I thought, I'm going to have a stomachache tonight. But if I don't eat her food, she's going to have a heartache right now. So we dug in, we cleaned up the plate. You know, the challenge in being balanced, once we perceive that we have some balance, we want other people to do what we do. And we may be able to pressure them and shape them so they're doing what we do. But dear friends, if it's on the outside, that's like the Pharisees back in the days of Jesus. He called the Pharisees, ye hypocrites, right? If we shape people on the outside, but it's not coming from the heart, all we're doing is setting up a factory to turn out Pharisees. So what are you doing, Darlene?
Well, what I'm doing this afternoon is planting some leftover garlic bulbs that are very small.
Yeah.
I found this box
in
the back room.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they came from. I guess they're just some I omitted or overlooked when I was planting.
Okay.
And so I was thinking, I'm just planting whole bulbs because they're so tiny.
Yeah.
I was thinking that we might can get some garlic scallions this spring if I get those planted.
Well, wait a minute, what's a scallion?
You know, it's like a green onion.
Okay.
But it's a green garlic.
Green garlic.
And tastes like garlic. And this row is muscadines that I planted this fall.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get very big this year, and so they won't shade this bed. So I thought, well, I could just utilize this space and plant this garlic in it and see if we can get something.
Now that garlic's not going to make the muscadines taste like garlic, is it?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
'Cause I don't want any muscadine garlic.
No muscadine garlic. Garlic muscadine.
Garlic muscadine, whatever it is.
No, so I'm almost to the end of the row. I planted the whole row now,
Yeah.
just about. So I'm hoping I have room to finish it out. I'd rather not go past this row.
Yeah, I missed you today. You've been in the garden all day long.
I have been out here all day long. It's a gorgeous day. It's just so sunny and beautiful.
Yeah. And some of these days, if it weren't for meal times, I wouldn't get to see you hardly.
That's right.
Unless I come out and get to work in the garden too.
We need balance and time, because I would love to garden just all day long. I love to be out in the garden. Nothing better than being in the garden. Well, the garden goes to make up the meals,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
right.
important that we spend some time out here too.
Yeah, I spent an hour and a half this morning tilling.
That's right, and I appreciate you doing that. It
Yeah.
really tore up. That's the place we haven't planted before, and so it was really a mess.
Yeah, we were breaking up fallow ground.
Tree roots and all kinds of briar roots out there. I'm hoping to plant squash and watermelons
Yeah,
and cantaloupe out there.
We didn't use that little hand tiller of yours. Instead, we used the one with the gasoline engine,
That's right. That hand tiller would not work very well there.
It sure is quiet, though. It gives you more exercise.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Little bonus here is the this is henbit. It's edible, and you may not have recognized it, but I did mix some of those in the greens that I had picked and we ate for lunch.
For lunch. Henbit for lunch.
Henbit. Henbit.
All right. There's a lot of good things growing out in the garden.
Yeah, I also put some dead nettle in,
Dead nettle,
a couple of dandelion flowers.
henbit, dandelion.
Yeah, the chickweed got bitten back a little bit with a cold, but it'll come back out and we'll have that one day.
All right, we're eating off the fat of the land.
That's right.
Well, I'll let you get back to your garlic planting, and I'm going to run and start packing some things.
Okay, sounds good.